Greetings, everybody. Look at me. I look like I belong in the wild. That's how I like it these days. I don't care for people like I used to because I learned some hard lessons in life. Now, this message is for all Jamaicans, all hardworking Jamaicans, all progressive Jamaicans. This is for all Jamaican artists. I want you to listen to this message carefully. Listen, I'm going to ask you all, whether you be a Jamaican in the diaspora or a Jamaican in the Jamaican space, this message is for you. Do not allow these agents to draw you out. Do not allow anybody to instigate you to burn no fire. The only fire you should be burning is the sensimania or the real fire that brings results in your life. Don't let some careless people sit down and draw you out because you don't understand how this works. A lot of these ones will sell their soul and will sacrifice their own in order to get what they want. They will take you right to the gallows. Do not get drawn out. Don't let people push you. You're having a conflict between you and someone else, and this person say, yes, stand up, defend yourself. Oh yes, tell them this, tell them that, talk mama. And when you get yourself in trouble, where are they? Sam Sharp, Paul Bogle, Nanny, all these people we refer to as heroes. Where's the respect and the honor for these ones? How did they inspire us so we can continue? I'm going to say this. Bob Marley burned his fire. And what he did is create a legacy for himself and his children. Big up Bob Marley. Buju burned a fire. Buju spent 12 years in prison? Where were all of you when he was robbing that time? Where uno did they? Queen Ifrika burn a fire. Big up yourself, Queen. Where were these infidels? Or where are they now? When every place is blocked, every avenue, you find yourself, Queen, standing in the middle. And if you insist on burning the fire, let it be done because this is your personal conviction, not because people incite you or people are encouraging you, because a lot of the ones that are telling you, talk up the things them, they're enemies. They want you to say the things. They're pushing you. So when you're doing it, make sure you do it because you are convicted. It's a personal mission. You're sent. Where is Vibes Kartel? He's in prison. He burned some fire. And he didn't allow anyone to silence him. But he's behind bars, locked down with a disease and treated in inhumane ways. So as much as we can speak, we have to be prepared to speak or burn some fire because it's a personal conviction, not because of some little idiot boy or gal, man or woman who encourage you. If you're a young person, don't let nobody, tell you to touch a button. Because we are a traumatized people. And if there is anything that is truthful about us, we will always try to find ways how to drag each other back into the pit of hell because we don't want to see anybody ascend. When you're going to call upon artists to come and burn fire, for you, are you worth it? And when they have their children and their family, are you going to take care of them when they decease? or exist the space. Listen, people, listen when people talk. Bad mind, these things are real bad mind. Listen, I'm all about people protesting, but I'm not about people protesting in overt ways. No. Silent forms of resistance are most powerful, and that is what I would promote. But the silent form of resistance must be followed up with personal conviction, not what some little idiot boy or gal try to tell you. When you open your mouth and start telling people, go out there and say this and bonfire and this and that, to me, you seem like a person who's a mole. A person who is put there to provoke, to incite. So these artists, if they follow these non-progressive people, they destroy their own future. For what? If you're going to do it, let it be a personal conviction. If you're going to say the most and do the most, do it for yourself and your children. Because none of these people are going to be here. Buju spent 12 years in prison. When he came out and his own child called him names, people were in support of that. When he came out during a certain season and tried to educate the people, they call him mad. They call him all kind of names. When Queen come out and try to, show certain things, what they say she crazy and use what is supposed to be frowned upon, violence towards women, to throw in her face and to disgrace her. Women were happy that she possibly could have gone through domestic violence. Women celebrate that, not just dunce women, but people who are well recognized, women who have come out on the platform and said that they were abused. Macadamon said that she was abused. And when I listened to her story, tears came to my eye, and I lived to see Macadamon say things like she's justifying or celebrating violence towards women. I'm going to tell you, people, me used to burn fire on this platform. And guess what? When I was doing it and it was not beneficial to me financially or otherwise, and when I say I'm going to fold it in, 4 or 5 people come and say, come Jenny, come back, please. Genuine supporters came back and said, where are you? We miss you, Jenny. What people just want to hear you say the things that they don't have the courage to say, and encourage you to do that. And then they'll be the first, especially if you jeopardize your well-being and your financial, situation. They're not going to support you financially. They're going to say you're dumb. You had the opportunity and you chat too much. The very ones who encourage you to chat and run off your mouth, you think they're going to be there for you? If Vybz Kartel didn't create a legacy for himself, his children would be suffering. If Buju didn't put in the work already, he would be without, imagine, all that talent. And if Queen Ifrika is not brilliant enough to remember, say, when you're burning the fire, make sure you stay close to that source. Go to that ancestral source and ask for strength. Because these people who are going to incite you and encourage you and all of these things, they're not going to be there. They will not be there. You will have a crowd behind you as you go forward. And when you get to the point when they fling on the cuff like that UIC president, don't you see after he was arrested, who's paying much mind to Patterson? They incite you, they encourage you to do all of these things. And then when you look, they're nowhere to be found. So keep this in mind. This can go for anything. If you're a student, if you're a parent, if you're a partner, don't let nobody encourage you to do nothing, to take no big stance. Anything that you will end up losing if you're not careful. If you're going to be a loser at the end of the day from defending people, then it's not worth it. Do it because you're convicted. Do it for you. Anything, any injustice that I stand up against, it is something that is personal to me. And if I go out there and stand up for it, and the trickle down effect, bless other families, so let it be. But I not coming out here and not letting nobody draw me out, because it's not worth it. They are not worth it. All right? All the people that I named, these are people who burn fire. And I admire them in one way or the other. But they're suffering by themselves without you. You're not there. Stay blessed.